Man, what's going on, bro?
What up? What up? What up? What's going on?
Man, I'm sitting over here scrolling through social media like I ain't got nothing to do in like 30 seconds. Like,
trying to look for that insight, looking for some what's buzzing on the media.
Bro, I don't know what the hell I was doing. I'm just sitting over here scrolling like I ain't got nothing to do. And all of a sudden I heard boom, 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 boom. Anyway,
well, see, it's the second. It's usually the second boom, 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 boom of the intro that I start to be like, because it's like the lead up to the first part is me thinking about what I could do if I just had just enough time in the intro song. And then when it gets to that second one, I'm like, oh shit, I'm out of time. Right?
I bet. I can't do nothing.
But we back.
Hey,
we're back.
It
we're back. I got my camera's working again. I feel better about that.
I'm gonna comment on the greenery you got in the background right now, though. Like you got the whole plant dad thing working. Who doing the green stuff in the back for you?
I did that. I did that a break one day. I was like, let me add some stuff.
Is it you that's keeping it alive?
Oh, they're not. They're not real. I'm not even gonna fake. Hell no. Nope. That's Hobby Lobby, 40% off. Everyone can go and get you something.
Hey, you can go ride with that Bed Bath and Beyond right now and get you about 40-50% off now, can't you?
You know, Bed Bath and Beyond, I know we gotta open the show officially, but Bed Bath and Beyond ain't doing jack snap right now. They are 30% off. Y'all don't feel it. Y'all not feeling it like Toys R Us and Babies R Us felt it, right? Justin laughing. Justin commenting on our YouTube. Yeah.
You know, Justin, since you're here, man, when I seen the plants, I immediately thought about you because you sent me that plant meme on Instagram the other day about plant shopping. So welcome to the show, bro.
Hey, plant life is real life. It is going down. I had to get some greenery. I saw too many videos that said you got to get green in your background. And I felt that. It felt that in my soul. It's just
my wife. Candace, if you're watching, give me some green stuff in my background. Like right here.
No,
It's
just like boom,
crazy.
boom, bang, bang, right? Keisha asking if they
Yeah,
real. Come on, we ain't gonna talk
no,
about that.
they're not
Come
real
on
people.
now. We ain't gonna do that. And yeah, but anyway, Bed Bath and Beyond ain't feeling it. They not really shutting down. They like pre-shut down. I need them to feel the pain, like Babies R Us when they're like 70% off. Everything's gotta go. Right now, they like, oh, it's like 30% off, but we up the price by 10, 20. So it's not a real discount just yet. So they gotta feel it a little bit more before I'm ready. But hey man, what are you drinking? What are you
Yeah.
drinking today?
I'm drinking some Woodford today, but I got to grab another cup because mine leaking.
Uh-oh. Can't get it
Yeah,
on
I was
the
like, why?
that's a
That
little
was.
bit
I'm
more
sorry. That was
moisture.
so. That's all loud. My bad, y'all.
No, that looks like a pretty good drink. Today I'm doing water. Today I hit water. What are
Okay,
y'all doing in the show over in the audience? What are y'all drinking on today?
we back.
I'm recovering from a cold, so I gotta get more fluids in me. I can't do liquor today.
I mean, technically, college me would say that technically alcohol is fluids, and it might
That's
help
true.
you. Like it might help you flush. It might help you flush. That's what college me would
You
have
know,
said.
college me definitely was like, that Jack, it gets your temperature up so that you can sweat it out.
You
And it'd
need
be
to
like, but
sweat it
what if
out.
I didn't get this? You need to sweat everything out all the time,
That's what I'm saying.
right?
So what you should do is get some Jack and then sleep in like a sweatshirt and some
Hey,
sweatpants, and then that'll sweat it out.
Keisha said I might need a hottie toddy.
I ain't never had one of them.
I have, and they work. They do
Warm
work.
liquor just seems like it's odd.
Have you ever had sake?
No, and I have sake upstairs, but I've never
No.
tried it. Again,
There you go.
warm liquor is awkward.
There you go. Hey man, so what we got on the agenda today? Because you hit
Well,
me
let's
with
jump.
stuff in pre-show.
Yeah. So I was on my Twitter, right? Twitter is always my happy. Twitter, for those who don't know, is my happy place. That's just where stream of consciousness things happen. It's fast information. Elon ain't quite killed it yet. So the homie posted, you've reached peak adulthood when you join a lawn care Facebook group.
A lawn care
And so
Facebook.
that got me thinking, Carrie, I wanted to ask y'all, the comment section, Carrie as well. How did you know when you had reached peak adulthood?
That's a good question. Hey, Jeff hit me with this. I started thinking, my mind started going. It started thinking about things. And I said, it's not just one factor. I could think of like maybe five factors that happen. And when they hit, it's like, oh, you probably grown ass man status at that point, right? Like you're not talking about it being grown man status. It just happened to be, right? So I don't know. What's your top one? So your guy said following a lawn care Facebook group. I didn't even know this existed.
So Tasha said, see, Tasha, I hate this one.
When I had to get my own health
When I had to get my own health insurance. That shit is real. So for me, I was it hit me. So anybody that's been to the house, we had like this patch right in the front of the house that had a bunch of bushes and then like some spots in front of the bushes where nothing was growing. So we got rid of all that and kept some of the bushes and then planted and then had some sod get laid right there. And then had a little bit of sod left over in the back because my man bought too much. And so we got a little bit of sod in the back too. So I was sitting out. So anybody who's laid sod or has had sod laid, you got to go out there and water that shit for like 30 minutes every day for like the first 2 weeks. So I'm out there watering the grass and I'm looking up at my house and I guess like shit, we got to get the exterior of the house repainted. And then I look in the backyard, we got to get those 2 trees taken down. We got to get this ivy dug up. And it hit me that owning a home is literally just a series of projects that it's this never ending cycle of projects and lists of things that you have to do just to maintain the house, not to make it look better, just to maintain. Every year there's a series of projects that have to get done. That was number one on my list.
I'd agree with that. It wasn't my first step, but it was like my number 3, right? My number 3 on the list is definitely the home projects, right? The minute you start contemplating a tankless water heater, or you start thinking about it like, this kitchen island can be upgraded, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, when you start looking at your deck, you're like, but is it screwed in right? Is it like all the way screwed in right? You know what I'm saying? Like, those type of plant. When someone comes by and starts talking about an I-beam and you get excited, it's like, oh, you're gonna put an I-beam in there. Whoa, I saw that on HGTV.
HGTV, baby.
Stage 3 for me, right? So I'd agree, because now I have like an endless amount of projects, and I keep looking in the app store for ways to organize these ideas. And I sound like a crazy person because me and Danielle, we went to a home improvement conference.
I remember that.
Like a show of just people sitting around waiting for you to walk up and tell them about the projects you want to do, and be like, oh, I want to do tile. Oh, you do tile? I do tile. I do a lot of tile, man. Be like, how do you do tile? And now, instead of looking at Instagrams of cool stuff like cars, music, whatever, I'm looking at Instagram. It's in my algorithm now, right? It's in my algorithm to look at home improvement things.
Yep.
I hate it, but also I love it because it's giving me ideas. Grow, right?
Yep. Like, bro, I no lie, I cranked Pinterest back up, and now I got a Pinterest board.
Whoa, that's pretty grown.
Of what I want my backyard like. What do I want to do with the backyard, right?
Be like, yo, let me show you this pictures, yo.
Oh yeah,
caca. What? Nah.
It's like, yo, yeah. do we want to do privacy trees along the back with the uplights?
Yeah.
And then right here in the pad, we could do like an outdoor kitchen with a pergola. When you start using words like pergola,
right.
It's done. You're done. Like
when your conversations change from, hey man, so like y'all going to that T.I. concert? Yeah. No, it's all dope. I love it. Going out, Rubber Band Man, blah, 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 blah. And then it's like, yo, y'all getting that pergola? Yeah. Yeah. What?
No lie. The yard man was at the house today. I'm outside in my house shoes, right? In the brown house shoes, standing in the yard, talking to him like, all right, well, how are we gonna get rid of the ivy? He's like, well, first we got to ground these stumps up, and then I could come back over and spray some chemical to kill the ivy. And I'm like, yo, can't you just use a backhoe to get it? He's like, no, I can, but I could just use the stump grinder that I'm gonna use to grind these stumps anyway, since I gotta rent it. And so, and my man's maybe 70-30 Spanish to English. Right. And so, we struggling through translation, trying to get, okay, what's it gonna run me for you to dig up this ivy? And he's like, well, what do you want to do after we dig up the ivy? Do you just want to plant grass? I was like, I don't know. I don't have a plan, a master plan yet. And I was talking to Candace, like, maybe we could have somebody come out and draw us up some backyard designs. And then she's like, that costs money. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna go to Pinterest.
Right. Hey.
Pinterest has my back.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you that Justin on our YouTube page said life insurance to cover everything. I will admittedly say this. Stage 2 for me was understanding life insurance, right? Like basic supplemental accidental. I still remember this day. I used to have it. I had it all because I understood that you need life insurance, right? I have very smart friends. The smart friends told me, get some life insurance on you, right? So I got the life insurance. And then someone said, I still remember this day. I was sitting at lunch and one of my coworkers said, how do you accidentally die? And I was like, how, what? And they were like, yeah, like we got accidental life insurance, but it only pays if it was accidental. How do you accidentally die? And I was like, I don't know. Like, yeah, maybe I need to drop that accidental death. And they were like, it's usually caused by something, right? And we started thinking about all these scenarios of how you could accidentally die. Obviously, my mind went to Final Destination because, in true accidental form, that's what I could think of. But I ended up getting rid of it. And it was at that point, stage 2, I was like, I'm feeling pretty grown. I'm feeling pretty grown.
First off, we just have to admit that Final Destination has our entire generation jacked up.
Final Destination is why I won't drive behind a truck pulling logs.
Final Destination is also probably why you don't ride Ferris wheels. Like,
hell no.
Like,
what? No. No.
Final Destination has our entire generation jacked up.
Final Destination has proven that in a very MacGyver type of way. I think that's the scary part. It's like, it's not like, oh, these people dying in Final Destination. It's that, what if death was MacGyver? And it was like, I could kill you with a kerosene pen in one match. Your whole house blows.
We're gonna get you.
You're like, oh, no. Final Destination is the reason why if I fall asleep before a flight takes off, I freak out every time. I'm like,
so I will 100% agree with you on the insurance, right? Like, I remember when you growing up, man. I thought health insurance was it.
Right.
It's just health insurance. Now it's like then when life hits you, it's like, no, you got to get like it's health, it's dental, it's life. It's like, and then life has categories. Do you want term? Do you want permanent? And I'm like, wait a minute, like slow down.
I
feel like I'm giving you money just in case stuff happen. I can't, y'all taking more money from me in case something happen. And I ain't got nothing for right now.
I fully believe. I will tell you this. My frustration, I'm going off on a little bit of a sidebar here, but it's a short sidebar. My frustration with understanding insurance is that everyone that wants to explain it to you wants to sell you some weird life insurance or other insurance thing. And I'm like, I just wanted to understand, what is it? And they're like, oh, you want to know about whole life? Come on, do this assessment. Tell me about everything you're trying to do. And then I'll try and sell you on whole life, umbrella, home, mortgage. And they're like, well, just shut up. Just shut up. I just wanted to know. I don't want you to sell me on these things.
Yeah.
So.
No, hey, Justin hit another. Justin, he in the bag today. Justin is watching from YouTube. Thank you, Justin, from getting that YouTube algorithm number up. But real talk, when you have to start burying people, that's real.
It does.
It changes you mentally when you have to start burying people. It's like, it's my turn.
Yeah.
Oh.
Right.
I'm leading the family now, huh?
When it's like you're the one making the plans that has to think through the hurt, right? Like, has to be logical during the hurt.
Yeah. No, man, real talk. Like, this is a tangent, but this is a connection to a previous show. Like, we've talked about before our next vacation, wanting to get with Shalisha to get like our stuff in order, just to, like, just so that, like, it's like, yo, you don't even have to, in those moments of pain, we have done our due diligence and said, this is what we want, right? And it's not it's like it's you just see it like when you have to start thinking about like end of life stuff for people close to you, it's like I need to make sure that my shit is squared away. And that might be number 2 right there on the I'm an adult now list. I told you I'm really half 5, I'm just gonna ride. But yeah, it's real, bro.
You know what? I am gonna hit y'all with my number one sign. Because mine was much more lighthearted.
Go ahead.
I gotta get that away.
Be lighthearted.
The number one sign that I was now grown was when I started to like Anita Baker music. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I heard Anita Baker and I was like, it's a good song, man. Like, I was like, yo. And then I heard another song. I was like, but she's kind of killing it though. At that point, I was like, yeah, I'm in there. Because for some reason, I don't know that this ever actually happened, but this is just in my mind is happening. Anita Baker performing at Apollo Theater and me finding it quite boring is like a thing in my brain. And at some point, the switch flipped, and I was like, if Anita Baker's at the Apollo Theater, I'm getting tickets, right? I need to get in there because that is a bomb concert. No, Anita Baker can sing. She's dropping bombs out here, right? So
my friend from high school, Jessica, says I've always called her old, which is kind of true. So in my defense, though, I have always been the young one in all of my classes, right? Like I'm a year and a half younger than everybody because I moved from up north down south and then started school. So everybody is traditionally older than me,
right?
That I'm close to. And so Jessica is one of them. So to give context to Jessica's post, yes, she is old.
No.
Maybe older. Since I've reached that point of being old as well. She's just older now.
Tasha says, when you clap when your song comes on, you're grown.
Yeah. But it got to be the right clap. It's like it's this clap. It's not this. It's
no. You know when you're feeling it when one of them old songs come on and it's like it gets that like is that what you're doing? Let's get out. Let's get it. Right.
So I saw a post on social yesterday that said something to the effect of, now that I'm older, I appreciate Juvenile for giving me 15 seconds to get warmed up before he dropped back that ass up.
It was like he was future planning.
Right. He's like, now that we're older, it takes me a second to go, oh, that's my song. Now I'm ready.
Doom, 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 doom. Yeah, it's like the call sign. It's like, is this? Yes.
I didn't appreciate it when I was younger, but now that I'm older.
Right. So I don't know, man. That's my 3. The next 2 will be hard. What are some other signs?
I mean, for me, I think we hit it. Like the insurance joint was big.
For me personally, it was when I stopped being so showy. I used to be very like showy, like loud, right?
Oh, okay. I got the next one. Yeah, I'm ready now.
Mine was like, oh, it's got to be big. It's got to be live. It's got to be out there. So blah, 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 right? And after I started taking off the jewelry and just kind of chilling more in the background and being like, I need a small circle, a small group of people I can lean on, good people, good combo, great vibes, great energy. I'm good.
I mean, they say the older you get, the smaller your group is supposed to. The smaller your circle gets.
Smaller, yes, but quality goes way up.
Mm-hmm.
Like quality goes way up as you get older. Like the quality of your connections that you build, of your community, of what you invest your energy in, really does show improve as you get older. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So for me, so the other day, my other one, I think this might be my last one. The other day when we went out to dinner, we did that group dinner.
Yeah.
I was sitting there halfway through the dinner. I'm like, they about to get this whole tab and get all the points for this dinner. Because I know they're gonna put this on their credit card and they gonna get all the freaking points. And I'm like, damn. Like, I wonder if they split it with me so I can get some points on my credit card. You look around the room, everybody already talking about we'll Zelle you the minute, we'll Zelle you, just let us know our cut, we'll shoot it to you right now. And I'm like, shit, they about to get all these credit card points for this dinner. What was it, about 10 of us?
Yeah, it was about 10. Yeah.
Man, I'm sitting over in my little corner, jealous, like looking at Candace, like, shawty, they about to get all these points. So I think for me, man, when you reach this spot where like big gatherings or big expenses are just excuses to get more credit card points, that did it. That's me. Hey, I'm that guy now.
I can definitely sense to this, right? So I can attest to this. So when I was an electrician, right, I used to have to go in people's houses all the time, right? And we weren't like a cheap electricians firm, like company. So like we had pretty expensive rates, but we did great work, right? Mm-hmm. So you go inside some of these houses and immediately I'd be looking on the wall for like a degree or something, be like, so like what? Oh, you're a lawyer. Gotcha. Lawyer money gets this. Or, oh, you're an engineer. Ha. Mm-hmm. Engineer money gets this house. Got it. Right. So we used to go in people's house, and I'll never forget when you get to a certain level of client and you telling them about everything you about to do, and the guy's like, yeah, just put it on the card. You're like, but we didn't give you a price yet.
I ain't reached that spot yet.
And he gave us like the reserve card. Like I was like, what is that? This is metal. This is it. It's not even black. I've never heard of this. What is this? And he's like, yeah, just put it on a card, whatever. We're like, okay, it's gonna be like 15,000. Okay, 15,000. Cool. In fact, use this card. And we're like, y'all got a credit line for 15,000 like that. And then beautiful to know how much points they gathering for all them cards. I'm like, I get it. I get it now.
So, I remember, so I got, we've talked about this. I got the Delta American Express. And I remember the first time that Delta said, hey, you can upgrade to get the metal card now, whatever. Right. I remember the first time I handed it to somebody, like when you like the metal credit card.
Oh, trust me. It's the ultimate.
If you in the hood, it's the funniest thing to watch somebody go.
It's right. Do you know how many times I've been like, it hasn't been many times. So that's probably the weirdest way to start that off. But every now and then you have to have a little card flex, right? Where somebody tries to play you a little bit. They're like, oh, are we doing split bills? Like me and Danielle went out one time and they're like, oh, are we splitting the bill tonight? It was like, do you not see me married? What you talking about? No. Oh, well, it's quite expensive, sir. Go on, take this platinum card. Get out my face. I'm a Resi Global Accent member. You better get that together.
Oh, so you got to flex with all your statuses now, huh?
You have to. I'll never forget. That's probably my number 5 is living for the credit card flex. You talk about the points. I'm talking about the credit card flex, right? checking in somewhere and somebody's like, yes, sir. The line to check in is over there. Be like, I understand that, but my concierge told me to check in here. And they'll be like, oh, well, let's look you up. Let's make sure you're not in the wrong place, sir. What's your name? Claiborne. Carrie? Oh, well, I'm so much apologies about that. We went to New Orleans. This lady looked at us crazy because we checked in. We tried to check in at 9 o'clock in the morning. She looked us up in a little system thing, and they were like, oh, we have your room ready and waiting. Yes, we were anticipating an early arrival. We have it all together for you. And we're like, you got flex on them cards, man.
I don't know if I ain't quite reached the Claiborne's level of 9 a.m. check-ins yet. I'm gonna get that though.
Hey, I try to give everyone the knowledge. I put you on the platinum card a long time ago. I be telling people, if you don't like lines, Keisha, you better get that platinum card. That platinum card is the easiest way to get around them lines. Be like, I don't do lines. I don't do lines. Okay. Number 6 for my list is the travel bouginess. The travel.
Yeah, I'm pretty bougie when I travel. I've grown. I've grown to be real bougie when I travel now. I can't even lie to y'all.
That's probably my whole list though. It's like the travel bouginess. That's it. Like it's almost like the experiential bouginess, right?
The problem is Candace and I like the balance. So now our kids are bougie with they travel.
And they didn't work for it. They didn't work for it.
They just enjoying the luxury. You know, it's like
right. No, I gotta balance it because they didn't work for it. They didn't earn it. You know what I'm saying? Like Cooper will never know what it feels like to stand in the long TSA line, right? The long line with all the people and all the things. He knows the express line. So now if we get to the airport, it takes longer than 10 minutes. He like, what's going on? Like, what's happening? Like, why are we just walking through? I don't understand.
My kids, I'm telling you right now, if you went upstairs and woke up the oldest and said we're gonna go to Florida on for vacation, his first question gonna be, are we gonna go on a cruise? Like if that boy don't know how to, if he don't have to hold his passport in his hand to go to PSA, it ain't vacation. Like, going to grandma's house, like for me coming up, it was like going to grandma's house was a vacation. Like family reunion, driving to Rock Hill, South Carolina, that was vacation.
Yes.
Now,
shit. Right? These kids different. They
driving to Augusta. We just going to see grandma. Like that's not a
no. You know, Coop, we said to Coop the other day because we're trying to figure out summer stuff, and we were like, oh, maybe we'll go on a beach trip or something. Coop said to the Gulf. Are we going like I said, what do you know about the
they start naming places?
I like the Gulf. I like the Gulf. It's been like you didn't
Candace, I can't put it in the comment section. Like it was a couple months back. Xavier gonna go. Can we go to Punta Cana for our next vacation?
Whoa, you got destinations, you got goals,
fam. and then we was talking about Candace and I've been kicking around the idea of doing another Disney cruise that week before Christmas.
Yeah.
And so Avery brought it up. He was like, he wanted to go on another Mickey cruise. And so he was like, I got money, I'll help. And he gonna walk back to his room and get his piggy bank. And it's just like who and it's funny. Like we make jokes about it. It is. I don't want anybody to think like it is our. We get it. Like this is a very privileged life that our kids lead, and I think some of that is by choice and by design because we busted our ass, and now it's probably that I want to try to give them some of the things that I didn't have. But it's just hilarious to think about your kids, and it's like in your level of bougie. So now we've introduced them to the sky lounges, And so we were coming home from Panama from spring break, and the kid was like, Daddy, they don't have one of the lounges here because I need to charge my tablet and I want to get something to drink.
Be like, oh, you got goals. That's what I keep saying. Hey,
like, who are you?
no, not and so Des that I grew up with is saying, bring the kids back to Chicken Bone Beach. You will be a fan of this. That we actually brought the kids to Chicken Bone Beach. This was last year, I think. Yeah, last June we went to Chicken Bone Beach in Atlantic City. My kids have experienced it, but now my son has like goals for the beach. He's like, "Oh, we got to get."
It's loft. It's visions of grandeur.
Right.
Fam, when Xavier hit me with the can we go to Punta Cana for the next vacation? Keep in mind, Zay is 9, right? He might have dropped this on me when he was maybe early 9 or whatever.
Right.
Who are you?
Right. Better go home somewhere. Get out my face. That's what that's called. Get out my face.
And then you know me. I'm like, well, shoot, let me go and check Delta and see what them flights in on just because he done brought it up. I just
You're like, but it was a good idea though, right?
Hey, I don't lie to people, man. When I tell y'all my Delta app is always open, like you can say something stupid to your boy, like it'd be like Candace and I. It's literally, it's like you say, hey, let's do something, add a date so that we can immediately confirm and go, hey, do we have the money to support that? When is the trip?
Now, see,
is there enough coming in? Let's go. Let's ride.
As my son is with Alexa, my son, we've talked about this previously on the show. My son walks into very public spaces and asks Alexa to do things, just running a numbers game to see eventually it will work. It like he'll be in Cheesecake Factory and be like, Alexa, turn down the lights. And he'll be like, there's no Alexa here, Coop. He'll be like, oh, okay.
I love Coop.
Alexa, turn down the volume 10%. Nope. He's just playing the numbers game. I do the same thing with the Delta app. I think of places that Delta could fly to. And I'm like, do they fly direct from here? Oh, they got to connect. I don't want to do it.
We don't do connections with children. Like, I will pay the money. We will save up a little bit more, but we ain't doing no trip. Not with a 9 and a 4-year-old. If it requires a connection, you can count us out.
I would think that the 9-year-old is cool by now.
So some of this is we just haven't tried it yet. Like, and so I think if we were to go to a trip, like all of our trips have been a week long.
Yeah.
And so, 5 to 7 days. And so who wants to spend that, who wants to have a full travel day? Right. And so we've never committed the energy to seeing if the boys could handle a layover in a spot because we just felt like we didn't have the time. Now, next summer, when we think about wanting to do a longer trip, then I think we are considering what would it be like to, if we have to lay over in a spot, to lay over somewhere for an extended period of time and then get back on another plane to do it again.
Y'all trying to? Candace said y'all doing Egypt next year.
Yeah. So that was we've kicked around that, but we also kicked around the idea of doing a month-long work from a different country kind of spot, kind of situation. So if we would do one of those kind of things, then that allows us to think about a layover differently for the boys. But when you only going somewhere for spring break, it's like, who wants, a day and a half of travel on both ends?
Right.
You're really only on the ground 5 days.
Yeah, I do wonder what is the most central place in Europe that's like it's equal distance to go everywhere else? Probably
Paris or Amsterdam. That's probably where you would more than likely lay over if you had to do a long, like, so that's what we were thinking, right? Like, all right, if we were to go to somewhere that was like, if we wanted to go to Africa, could we do a longer layover in London or something like that?
Yeah.
but the kids didn't, and I don't think Delta does a full nonstop from Atlanta to Egypt.
Man.
So yeah, we got off topic a little bit, but I mean, we've kicked it around and
Goals. We got goals.
well,
You know
and
what's going to be weird though?
unless we try it.
If these are our things, then what's it going to be for our kids to feel?
That's exactly what I thought about a couple months ago, bro. Like, if it's gonna be like, so I think I asked somebody, where have you been that you didn't have the guts to ask your parents to take you because you knew at that moment you couldn't afford it, right? Like, we grew up very differently. I grew up very differently than things are for me right now. And so me saying, hey, dad, let's go on a cruise, or hey, mom, hey, dad, let's go on a cruise, or let's go to my, I couldn't fathom to ask that of my parents. Not because I couldn't see it, I couldn't envision it, because we ain't have it. Growing up, vacations were literally to Rock Hill, South Carolina. And so, like, what is it that our grandkids will ask our kids for?
Yeah.
What's the vacation when my grandson is 9?
Yeah, but it's probably some out of the world type of stuff. It's like,
I want to go to freaking Mars.
yeah, it's gonna be like, hey, let's take this trip to Saturn real quick.
Right. Hey, can we spend spring break on the moon?
Like, you can go. I'm not going though. Like, I'm gonna be that old fart that's like, I'm busy listening to A Tribe Called Quest on this new beach in somewhere that, like, Florida's gone. It's probably in Valdosta, Georgia is now a beach. Right.
I'm gonna say, hey Zay, your daddy is always down to go on vacation. So holla at your boy. I will go snorkeling on the moon.
I'm not going to the moon, bro. I'll be like this.
I'm all in. I don't know how we got here. I don't know how we got here, guys. We apologize, but we're here now.
But you do bring up something interesting though, because, like, I don't know, man. Like, reflecting on my childhood, even though I didn't get to go everywhere, right? I got to give my mom props, man. My mom could figure out how to make anything feel like epic, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I remember, I think we were living in New Jersey, or we might have been in Connecticut at the time, and she was like, we're gonna go to DC to go see the Smithsonian's. And, like, my mom was just about it, like, it didn't take a lot, but we about to go down there, we about to do this, and then we about to go back, and then, we about to go experience things. I would even say for Tal, she used to take Tal to Apollo Theater. She just used to figure out how to make things feel epic, to where I wasn't really ever really concerned with what I was missing out on.
But I think that's a mom's superpower, though.
Right. Like, I give my mom props because she never had that space. You know what I mean? And even my dad did some good trips too. Like, he would take us, I think we went to Cancun with him once or twice. Him and Tal been, like, a bunch of places. They do things like that now. They're, like, much more with the times, right? Like, you going big or going bigger and bigger. But I gotta give my mom props because I never felt like that,
Now I remember one trip we drove from Augusta. We rented a van, drove from Augusta to New York, bro. My mama made a whole bucket of chicken wings, and we got in that van. And my dad did that whole drive by himself. I mean, my mom might have switched off for a little bit, but my dad did that ride by himself, and it was me, my homie, and then I think at the time I only had one brother.
That's what I'm saying. These kids, it's different now, right? It's just different. Like, legit, my mom would do just like how you talking about. We would have that semi-cold fried chicken, right?
It was fire.
Have some biscuits or something, right? My mom would make sandwiches, like legit. I remember my mom the night before would be like, here goes some turkey, here goes some ham, here goes some roast beef. And I ain't eating that roast beef. I mean that ham, and I made that turkey, and I made that roast beef last. But straight up, she just made it happen,
Yeah.
man. And now it's like if you want to go on a road trip with kids, they like, where are we stopping at Zaxby's? We going to Zaxby's. Where's Chick-fil-A? Be like,
Do you have Wi-Fi?
right, where's the Wi-Fi in the
19
car?
hours without Wi-Fi?
Like, bruh, you need to go and sit down somewhere. You know what I mean?
For real talk, every college road trip that I did, I drove to Augusta. My mom fried up some of them little chicken legs,
Yeah.
the chicken joints, and we rode to I remember my freshman year of college, my Georgia went to the Sugar Bowl.
Yeah.
You know, I'm at home, it's Christmas break. Me, my girlfriend, and like 4 other folks was like, yo, let's go to New Orleans to the Sugar Bowl. Didn't have no place to stay. We was 2 cars deep driving to New Orleans. We met in Athens and then caravan to New Orleans. And my mama made us a big old bucket of chicken. And that's what we ate on the ride. 8 hours in the car, bro.
And I'm saying, like, my parents established for me the road trip behavior, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, Danielle will tell you, ever since high school, I would be like, I'm going back to Jersey. And she'd be like, how are you gonna get up there? I'm gonna drive.
Right.
She'd be like, you just gonna drive straight up there? Be like, yeah. That's what I gotta do. So yeah.
Bro, like that. I mean, it's different, right? I mean, I remember even that New Orleans trip. Like that was my first time. I'm a freshman in college, right?
Yeah.
Brand new car. And it was like, yo, all I know is what my dad showed me, right? Like, stop at the gas station. This is before MapQuest.
Oh, yeah.
Right? You stop at the gas station, get you the map, plot the route, and you in there.
I will tell you this one aside before we get into our favorite part of the show. I legit had thoughts of how will kids learn to read a map, right? Like, how will they do that? Because we grew up with a map, right? Like, where are you going in New Jersey? Oh, I'm going to Atlantic City. Where's Atlantic City? Atlantic City is on page 84. 84, which the street you're looking for? I'm looking for Atlantic Ave. Atlantic Ave is plot JD or J5. You're like, J5. Okay, now highlighted that. And that's how you figured out your route, right? Like, if I get the 95, I'm going to hop over, boom. Here's the shortcut, bang, get back over there, do it. And I was just like, how are you going to navigate this? How will my son learn to navigate a map if he's only ever had GPS? It reminds me of why he freaks out when we drive without GPS on. He's like, how do you know where you're going? Like, the little machine's not telling you where to go, right? We went to Botanical Gardens and this dude opened up a map. It was like, we're right here. And I was like, how'd you know that? How'd you know where we were at? He just used the pictures. I was disappointed and happy at the same time. I was like, 1, you used the map. 2, you found us. But 3, you have no idea where we're at. You're just looking at the landmarks and like, oh, I think we're by the big fountain thing. So props to Coop. But hey, man, you ready for this favorite part of our show?
You know, I'm over here scrolling, trying to figure out who my hero was going to be for the day. I think I told you in pre-show, and then I forgot who it was. Oh, I got it. I'm back. I'm ready. I'm ready when you are.
All right, let's do it. Favorite part of the show.
All right, so my hero this week. If y'all have watched the show for anything longer than a month, I slander Fantasia a lot. Right. Normally, it's traditionally around jokes about her not being able to read. You know, I slander Floyd about not being able to read. It's just funny. It's jokes. I got to give it up to Fantasia. Story hit the Twitter webs this week or last week. She is enrolled in college. I think she's going to an HBCU. Don't know which one. That's irrelevant. But I feel like I should retract some of my slander and some of my jokes directed towards Fantasia, because she is now in college, and however that looks. So Fantasia, if you're watching, you are officially my hero of the week.
What? That's what's up. That's what's up. So who's your villain then?
My villain, man, got to be the corruption within the Supreme Court, right? Like I
Okay.
think this week, last week, it came out the Chief Justice Roberts, his wife out here making like $10 million from a law firm for placing lawyers. Come to find out, that law firm had business and before the court. Then you had Justice Gorsuch, selling property. You got Clarence Thomas selling, and it's just like, fam, how y'all? Not that I expect a certain level of corruption from people in power, right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
damn, this much? Like y'all ain't even trying to fight it, man. And then it's like, hey, don't worry about us. We will police ourselves and we'll clean up our own house.
Right. Trash.
So heroes and villains. Heroes and villains.
I'm gonna start with my villain.
Okay, I'm ready.
Accordion style. So my villain of the week is Governor Abbott from Texas. This guy is always good for a good mark, but this one is so below the register. I just don't even know how do you say these things, right? There was a shooting. 5 people lost their life after a drunk neighbor shooting an AR-15 into the air was asked by a fellow neighbor to stop with the loud noises, stop shooting in the air. He shot up the house, shot 5 people that died, got away. He's like on the run. I think they still haven't caught this guy. Anyway, the governor posts this message that says an illegal citizen or illegal alien murdered 5 other illegal immigrants in the state of Texas. We have a bounty out for his arrest. And people are like, why you got to stick to illegal status in there, the legality status of their citizenship? Why? How does that play in with gun violence?
Racist.
So all that is bad, not good, right?
Racist.
I just don't get it. I think we got to have a heavier discussion. There's been research that is now coming out that says most of these mass shootings happen in Republican red states.
100%.
So I will leave that there. I'm not going to go down a politics thing because I know puts Jeff in a weird spot. I'm not going to do that to him today.
Because then I'll go there. Because I'll just like, whoop.
All right. So hero of the week. Hero of the week for me is my guy, Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon on a podcast talking about the cancellation of Red Table Talk. So they're going back and forth talking about it. Nick Cannon says, I think that table needed to die. That show needed to get canceled. All the people on the show is like, what? Why would you say that? This is great. Jada Pickett's our show. He says the most toxic table in America. And I can't argue with him. He said the table led to Chris Rock getting slapped, Will having to relive trauma of his wife's entanglements on live national TV. It's just a toxic table. And I kind of agree.
I kind of got around with that.
Those of you that watch the show, I dare you to say something else that's more positive about the show, but it kind of needed to die to me. But that's my sense of it. I've heard it's being shopped other places. So Nick Cannon gets my hero of the week for saying what was on my mind, which is, oh, it got canceled. It's kind of a good thing. Let's move on. Right. So
that's it. Not to change. That's a friend of mine is having a baby. And so she had her baby shower this week, her and her husband. And so she just posted a picture of some diapers that are about this, a stack of diapers. That's about, probably maybe 5 cases of diapers high, 4 or 5 wide. So maybe about 20, 25 cases of diapers. And I just commented on the post and was like, that's about 5 days worth of diapers right there. Hey, you're a new mom. New mom, new dad. So they about to find out real quick how fast you gonna blow through them case of diapers.
Yeah. Justin commented, he said, the only good thing is that it encourages people to have tough combos. And I agree with that. I having tough combos, yes. I don't want to relive those tough combos over and over again. And I think there is something about, to me, some of that Will Smith, Jada Pickett Smith drama should have, to me, just played out privately. I didn't think it needed to play out in a public eye like that. But there's
I'm almost,
celebrities, they open themselves up for that, though. You know?
yeah, and I think tough combos are cool, right? If you like, so like, all right, boom. If me and Candace having a tough convo, and I grow and learn from it, and then we move past it, and we don't have to deal with some of the stuff that came up in the convo, then the convo was worth it. I mean, again, and I never, outside of the entanglement episode, outside of the entanglement episode, I probably have never watched an episode of Red Table Talk, but here we are. So hold on. Since Candace brought up Justin's profile picture, I feel like I got to bring it back up so that we can all see it. Oh yeah, that's a JCP right there.
I mean, look at the light. The lighting the lighting on that joint, great, bruh. Great optics. I don't know who you getting to do your photos, but that ain't portrait mode. We know
that ain't portrait mode.
That ain't portrait mode.
It's 3 people standing out there. It's somebody standing out there with the camera, and then there's somebody else standing over there. Yeah, it's somebody with the light, and then somebody with that little that gold foil thing to bounce that light off for you, right? Justin got probably about 3 or 4 people in that camera in that video shoot.
Now, while you're playing, that's also a sign of getting old. To circle back to the general theme of the show, right? When you start recognizing the people in the background that make things great, right? Like, yes, you can like the Migos, right? You can like a Migos song, right? But tell me what your life is like if you don't have someone in the background going, the ad libs make the song, right? It's not the photographer, it's the guy with the light hitting the light that's like, yo, I go to training for this. Hit that light, bang, bang, right? So I got
just while you're here, bro. Hey, drop the photographer in the chat so that we can all benefit from we'll put that on the American Express, the good photographer.
Hey,
don't blame me, blame my wife. Blame my wife.
Blame Candace. I blame us.
Blame my wife.
We just some grown ass people on a podcast, man.
Right.
Hey,
she said golden hour at the right angle. Nah, bro, that ain't golden hour at the right angle.
That ain't golden hour. That's manufactured. We know this. We know spotlight. Well, no, I'm just joking with you. I don't know anything about photography. I just know that ain't portrait mode.
I know just enough to be dangerous.
You know just enough to do what?
I know just enough to be dangerous.
I know just enough not to be dangerous. I know just enough to be like, let me horribly take these photos so that no one ever asks.
In my line of work, I feel like I get paid to know just enough to have conversations with people, right? So it's like I may not know how to do it, but I know just enough to go, I can strike up a conversation with you and go and make you feel like this guy really, really has an interest in what I'm talking about. Bro, if this conversation go past 15 minutes now, I ain't got no more ammunition. I can't give you no more. So like I got to find my exit real quick because I'm running out of material.
See, I haven't learned that skill yet. I haven't learned the skill of the easy fade away, right? I still do the awkward, like, okay, well, bye.
In the new gig you're in, bro, you'll learn it real quick.
I'm gonna try and learn that. That's a skill I gotta grow. I gotta grow up on. Yeah. So, all right, man. Well, we made it to the end of the episode.
End of the episode. So the Met Gala is going on right now, I think. So next week we think we're gonna come back and do some wardrobe reviews.
Yeah.
So y'all can join us for the jokes that and I won't throw shade at everybody, but I think we're going to bring up some of our best and some of our worst, and have a good time talking about the Met Gala.
I got you. Yeah.
Next week, baby. Hey, man, thank you for watching. Hey, y'all were here on time today in the comments, loud.
Showed
so
up.
thank you, man. Showed up, showed out. We appreciate y'all so much, man.
Love this community. Love this community. Y'all tune in next week.
All right, I'm Jeff.
I'm Kerry. Peace out, y'all.
Mondays, baby.